Here's SpongeBob and Sandy getting married?
To join these two hearts in the bonds of love.
Now here's Patrick with his wife, the pole.
Fix me and the wife up a couple of Krabby Patties?
Bikini Bottom has seen its fair share of romance over the years, ranging from pretty standard stuff to completely unhinged problematic nightmares. And today, I'm going to take you through every single one of them, starting from the ocean's favorite sweethearts, Eugene Krabs and Mrs. Puff. This one's been a staple of the show for years now. In fact, the first time we witnessed the sparks flying between the two middle-aged lovebirds is way back in season 2. Sparks could be an understatement. I mean, not a lot of things can stop Eugene in the middle of a rant about his love for money.
For all them renovations we did, no, nothing in all the 7 seas could matter more. Scrumptious, curvy cutie.
I see her, Mr. Krabs. A Krabby Patty with cheese.
That's some solid foreshadowing for what's coming later in the video, but Krabs wasn't looking at the burger.
Hey, that's my driving teacher, Mrs. Puff.
Sandwich boy, the curvy cutie, holding the sandwich. Mrs. Puff? Oh, she's married.
Oh no, Mr. Krabs, she's single.
Then what happened to Mr. Puff?
Yeah, Mrs. Puff is a widow, and her late husband's corpse is stuffed with a light bulb and displayed in some tacky living room. Not sure how you find the buoyancy to move on from that. Oh, Mr. Puff's gruesome death is great news for Eugene.
Oh, what I wouldn't give to have a lass like that on me claw. I'm too old, boy, too hard-shelled for love.
Hey, I know. Why don't I take you over and introduce you?
No.
Aw, come on, Mr. Krabs, you look great.
Besides, I ain't properly dressed.
You wait here while I go break the ice.
Yeah, looking great and probably smelling great too. Nothing like the tried and tested SpongeBob seal of approval, right?
Hi, Mrs. Puff. Wait, Mrs. Puff, we're not driving.
Oh, I'm sorry, SpongeBob.
I work here, Mrs. Puff.
I didn't expect to see you here.
Want to meet my boss?
I'm not.
Don't move.
Oh.
Okay, let's run this down. He's a filthy, probably smelly old crab. She's a pufferfish with emotional baggage from her first marriage, and the matchmaker's very presence gives her panic attacks. Not the worst matchmaking thing I've seen. Well, no real worries here. Krabs is an entrepreneur, a salesman, manager of people. I'm sure he has a way with words.
Mrs. Puff, I'd like to introduce you to my boss, Mr. Krabs.
Hello?
Mr. Krabs, say hello. No, Mr. Krabs, just say hello.
Well, there you go. You got it. Man's got game. I'm no sea creature, but you know what? Maybe I'd fall for his incessant screaming.
I don't understand.
I think Mr. Krabs is saying that he'd like to hit you with a rake.
Well,
Back it up, Krabs. Not a lot of sense in pressing on here.
You on a date.
is that true, Mr. Krabs? Do you want to take me on a date?
What do you say?
What do I say? You have a way with words, Mr. Krabs.
He got a what? You're almost on par with Forrest Gump or Hodor. Geez, that got him a date? What the frick am I doing? Well, the two go on their date, and I gotta say, it seems to be going pretty well.
Coral was cooked to perfection. Oh, dinner has been so wonderful. I don't think I could eat another bite.
Dude's pulling out all the stops. And I also gotta say, the whole thing's a bit uncharacteristic for Eugene. Definitely doesn't look like a cheap date. He must be really falling for Mrs. Puff, and there's more.
Sir, your fancy-pantsy limousine is here.
Wonderful! Puffly-poo, your chariot awaits! You'll never have to walk again, my little lobster pimp.
Not if they drop her on the head, she won't. Anyway, here's the moment of truth. Maybe Krabs found something he's willing to put first, even before money.
This is your bill.
I don't understand, Mr. Krabs. How can you spend $100,000 in one night?
Oh, SpongeBob, I couldn't help but spend every cent I had on her.
Hey, I was expecting he'd cut her off completely and go back to romancing his wallet. Yeah, the man has a crush and it shows.
I'm caught in the middle of me two great loves. I've got another date tomorrow. Sweet Mrs. Puff. And the rest of me money.
See, he even compares her to his money. We're in the big leagues now. They even go on a second date, but he brings SpongeBob with him to keep him from spending another fortune. He's kinda sending the dude mixed signals, though.
What's that?
I got the flowers for Mrs. Puff.
We had an agreement, boy. You ain't supposed to spend any of me money.
But you said...
Here I come!
For you, Mrs. Puff.
Oh, flowers! Oh, how thoughtful.
And here's a box of chocolates. SpongeBob, where's the chocolates?
Dude wasn't kidding when he was talking about his internal conflict. You can guess what happens next.
You're spending all my money! Puffy needs a new pair of shoes! SpongeBob!
SpongeBob naturally breaks, which gives us a rare insight into the heart of an otherwise hard-shelled man.
Don't let me lose her! I'm a lonely old crustacean who's found love!
Finally, Mrs. Puff steps in to resolve the issue and spare poor Krabs from all this agony.
I just don't feel comfortable accepting all these gifts. I'd rather go Dutch, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You're a very sweet man, Mr. Krabs.
And that's the story of how Mr. K and Mrs. P got together. Man, I wish we could get some more insight into what that must have been like for SpongeBob. Given his known enthusiasm, he must have felt like he was getting 2 extra parents or something. His work dad and his boating school mom. The pair is seen dating quite often and sharing romantic moments. They dine.
Even the silverware's made of velvet. Ooh,
Nothing's too good for my Puffy.
this restaurant is so fancy.
And he even tries to use their relationship as leverage so he can make money, which in Krabs' world must be just about the most romantic gesture ever.
Hello, my sweet Puffykins. Won't you buy some biscuits from the only crab to ever steal your heart?
Well, that does sound nice.
Although I gotta say, there are times when the relationship seems off. I mean, they give us scenes like this.
Mrs. Puff, we've been dating for 16 years now, so I was sincerely hoping that today might finally be the day that...
Yes, Eugene?
Can I steal a little kiss?
Oh, Eugene.
Which confirms that they've been dating for 16 years. But on the other hand, they haven't kissed all this time? Tectonic plates move faster than these two. Because SpongeBob and Patrick ruined this one, they tried to kiss again for the first time, almost one whole season later.
So romantic. Eugenikins, give me some sugar.
I'm always a sucker for a good smooch.
Oh yeah, never mind, the mystical green light that turned them into animals. The point is, they're supposed to be dating still, but their relationship is kind of toxic, and when I say kinda, I mean extremely so, actually. We know Eugene is a sort of psychopath, especially when it comes to money. And while it seems that in the beginning Mrs. Puff and Cash held an equal place in his heart, that don't seem to be the case in later seasons. For example, when he tried to get into print media, he had SpongeBob be his reporter.
Mrs. Puff is gonna laugh her hat off when she reads this.
You've given me a story that'll sell, and sell it has.
There's just a tiny caveat. SpongeBob wrote nothing of the sort.
That isn't the story I wrote.
That's called editorial privilege, son. It gives it that extra oomph to move units, possibly affect Mrs. Puff in any way.
I can't believe such a little news story could have ruined my business.
Yeah, he straight up fabricated some slander about his partner, published it, and sold it to the entire town. He shut down their business, for crying out loud. And you know what? That's years before their 16th anniversary. That means she didn't dump him. And there have been other incidents as well.
Pardon me, ma'am.
There, my darling. The bad man is gone now. And if he comes back, we'll make sure he never walks again.
Wow, that is not a healthy relationship. Anyway, they are still together, and I guess they'll either work on their issues or end up in prison. Whatever happens, I wish them well. Let's not lose our faith in love just yet, though, because you never know when and how you'll find it. You never know when your door will knock in your mom's basement and then you'll pause your 20th SpongeBob marathon and your soulmate will walk through the door. Believe it or not, that's exactly what happened to Squiddy, pretty much. It was like a day of any others, slaving away at the Krusty Krab.
A patty for the lady, please.
Try reading the sign, Casanova.
You never learned to read, did you?
No.
That's all right. Neither did I.
We are meant for each other! Even the illiterate are finding love.
He may be all out of love, but at least his hatred is bringing people together. Well, here comes fate.
Who is that? She's gaga. She's gaga.
Yeah, she looks gray, slimy, tentacly, truly a perfect match. Our Squiddy's not superficial, though. What about her personality?
I absolutely adore the decor. Exquisitely minimalist.
She speaks our jargon.
Oh, what culinary delights doth this menu hold?
Pretentious and insufferable. Just right. And she called the Krusty Krab's decor exquisitely minimalist. More like a bunch of stuff thrown together by the sea's greatest cheapskate. Squidward is, of course, infatuated.
SpongeBob, she's got it all. Class, style, grace, and looks only matched by yours truly.
Well, why don't you ask her out on one of those dates you keep talking about?
My next move exactly. Observe the old tentacle's charm in all its glory.
It really says a lot about our guy that he's smitten by someone who's essentially him but in a black wig. You just know he makes out with his mirror when he gets lonely. Well, let's observe some game.
Is that salmonese?
Boy, you were floundering up there.
I don't know what I'm doing. I've never felt like this before.
Squiddy, you have been bitten by the love.
That's taking a page straight from Mr. Krabs' playbook. Can anyone speak in complete sentences in this establishment?
Hello, I'd like to order.
She's talking to me. What do I do?
Squidward, I can help you attract your true love.
You don't know the first thing about the fine art of romance.
Well, since no one seems to want to take my order, I'll go elsewhere.
SpongeBob is back to his classic role, the matchmaker. Just take the help, Squiddy. Eugene did, and he's been in a wonderful abusive relationship for the past 16 years now.
Finally, some service around here.
Squidward's throwing air balls out there. SpongeBob has got to step up.
So, what do you think? You want to date him?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Squidward is by far the single most intelligent person I know. He thinks you look like a breath of pure sunshine in that dress.
Really? Wow, he really said that?
Holy Neptune, I think it's working. Now close the sale. All we need is a moving speech about how selfless and lovable Squidward is. Oh, frick, we're screwed.
Who was lucky enough to go on a romantical date with this guy would get to experience things on a whole nother and very special level.
Ooh.
So how does dinner at 8 sound, Squilvia?
I think that sounds perfect. I'll come by your place, okay? See you at 8. Squidward.
Now you wouldn't know it, the little guy actually did it. He managed to portray Squidward as an intelligent, talented musician and a loyal, loving friend. How is it that when everyone freezes, he suddenly becomes a genius? The ice has been successfully broken, now the real work begins. We first get some insight into Squidward's love life.
I mean, when was the last time you went out on a date?
SpongeBob, you gotta help me. It's been so long.
Oh, it was so long ago that colors hadn't even been invented. SpongeBob then decides it's a good idea to be Squidward's practice date. I don't know when SpongeBob became such an expert on dating. Dude's never been on a real date in his entire life. The practice date goes about as well as you'd expect.
There's a couple more turnips! As I was saying, I'd like to go over just a few more crucial aspects of the first date.
And of course, Squidward goes all postal on SpongeBob, although the poor guy was only trying to help. And he's the only reason there's even a date in the first place.
Look at me, write me, or even think of me, 'cause you and I are not friends.
Does this mean there won't be a second date?
You just saw that, didn't you?
Only all of it.
So one day you walked into a fast food joint. You said the words exquisitely minimal, and then you met a dude who uttered 3 words to you. For some outlandish reason, you agreed to go on a date with him. The next time you see him, he's screaming at his buddy on his front lawn. What do?
And you probably think I'm a mean-spirited brute, which ironically is the exact opposite of what you were expecting, right?
Not exactly. I think a guy who doesn't suffer fools lightly is totally dreamy. Let's go eat.
SpongeBob.
Ironically, that's the last we'll see of Squilvia. We only know the story of their first date. Are they still together and keeping it on a need-to-know basis? I guess we'll never know. Well, the official account for SpongeBob on social media posted this in 2019, actually, 4 years after they went out for dinner, so who truly knows? A couple that's much more public with their relationship is Plankton and Karen, and let me tell you, this one's pretty weird. Yeah, I know, they're a serious staple, together since the earlier seasons and inseparable throughout the show. How can they be weird? Well, let's take it back to their first date. Well, actually, we can't because it wasn't a date. As Plankton himself informs us, he made Karen out of a calculator and a potato.
Incredible! Bubble once for yes and twice for no. Karen, your name is Karen. Do you have a name?
At first, they were just friends, like Spud-fueled calculators and marine microorganisms usually are. They started hanging out until Plankton decided to upgrade her.
I have a voice! Thank you, Sheldon.
She can talk.
All right, take it down a notch, Thunder Tonsils.
There's that snark. We won't need your old parts anymore.
And there it is, the first time they ever actually talked to each other. The rest is something like straight out of a rom-com. Bug makes computer, bug meets computer, computer and bug make freeze ray.
It works! It works!
Right. What's the next cliche out of the Nora Ephron playbook? Yeah, bug and computer kill a college student and kiss for the first time?
Please, mister. No one steps on my Sheldon.
Karen, you're an evil genius. Now let's supersize this baby and take over the world.
Plankton, that was beautiful.
That's how the Plankton and Karen love started, and as far as first dates go, yeah, it's pretty odd. I mean, he created her, which sort of makes him like her father. We're even treated to a tour down memory lane by Plankton, which takes us through a few important landmarks of their relationship, including the day he proposed.
Name is Karen.
As for the show, the first time we get a glimpse of their marriage is in season 3.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Why don't you go make yourself useful and synthesize me up some grub? Can't you see I'm exhausted?
Typical day of failure, I see, huh, darling?
Oh, can it, computer wife?
Yikes, that is a far cry from their honeymoon phase. It's not all bad, though. Apart from the occasional rough patch, they seem to still be in love. Look, they even roleplay.
Can I am at your service, my lady? The name's Ray Ray. Pow!
Oh, kiss me, Pipsqueak. I mean, Ray Ray.
Did you really want to see that? I'm on the fence, personally. Oh, also, won't Karen malfunction underwater? Yeah, I forget I said that.
Go, Ray Ray,
go! Good night, honey.
Currently, they're of course still together, still plotting and scheming away, and when he messes up, he always ends up apologizing.
Oh, but you're my jerk.
I'm such a jerk.
That's not to say their marriage hasn't been through a lot, though. They've even gotten really close to separating a few times. Luckily, there's a couple in Bikini Bottom that looks happy and solid, and they still fall under the quite normal run-of-the-mill category. Harold and Margaret SquarePants are SpongeBob's parents. Obviously, they've been married since before season 1, and they seem to be a pretty loving, steady couple. So I got no idea where their son got his whole personality from. They first appear in season 1. Their son ends up homeless after nematodes suck his home into oblivion, so he has to move back in with them.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Mrs. SquarePants. Let me help you with these bags.
Hurry, hurry, son. Your mother has dinner waiting.
Granted, throughout the series, we only see them as SpongeBob's parents, but after all these years, they still seem to be in love. Like that time when SpongeBob moved to the Krusty Krab so he wouldn't be late for work ever again, because apparently a healthy home environment doesn't necessarily equal a stable kid.
Mom, Dad, come on in. Mom, Dad, Mr. Krabs.
Oh, hello.
Well, Mr. K walked in on Mrs. SpongeBob while she was having a shower.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you said.
What's going on in here?
Okay, it's a bit old school. He still gets jealous to the point of throwing hands after all these years, so there's still passion there. And because housing arrangements seem to be quite a common excuse for the SquarePants to all get together, we get to see some more of their relationships when their home rotted for a while. Yeah, rotted.
Rotting.
We better run.
Oh, Harold, what will we do?
Well, we'll just have to grow a new home. We can stay with our son.
Harold seems to be sweet and protective until you see his wife naked. That's when he goes all Jason Bourne on you.
Oh, yes, dear. We could really use an injection of youthful spirit.
I'm looking forward to hanging out with a hip young urbanite like our boy.
Yeah, a hip urbanite. That's classic SpongeBob. Although he tried to seem extra serious for his parents, he wasn't quite his usual hip self. The two decide to sneak out and paint the town on their own.
What do you say we sneak out and have some fun?
Way ahead of you.
I mean, come on, doesn't that just warm your heart? A couple of retirees who spent all their lives together sneaking out the window and giggling like teenagers again. I swear when I get married, I'll be exactly like them. I'll need a girlfriend first, though. Or to get like an actual girl to talk to me. Baby steps, I'm in no rush. I was about to rant about not drinking and driving, but Mr. SquarePants had a lampshade over his head. I don't think alcohol mattered at that point. They then try to bring some fun to SpongeBob's life, who is a known bland, drab individual.
Mommy! Daddy! No!
TPing a house, going wrestling, then roller skating. That's more dates in a single night than I've been on in my entire life. But hey, SpongeBob's only... I was gonna say human, but he has limits, okay? He explodes into chaotic outbursts of fun.
I'll show you! Wild!
Yep, that's more like SpongeBob. Dare I say hip and urban-like? Well, the lovebirds skate away to their new house, the sunset on their back, their sun in their hands.
I wonder when he'll really grow up and be mature.
Hopefully not too soon, am I right there?
Like something out of an old Hollywood flick. I wish them all the best. Patrick's parents, on the other hand, are not pictured in the same light as SpongeBob's. First off, all we know about their origin story as a couple is this.
World's least exciting sweater! My parents fell in love there.
Which I gotta say, sounds like the kind of place that has Patrick's star written all over it, because it's dumb. I'll be here all week. You know how they can say you can judge how healthy a marriage is by how their parents are treating their children? Well, they don't sound nearly as supportive and nurturing to their son as Harold and Margaret.
Back in with your parents? When my parents kicked me out of the house, I never went back.
And we get a short little peek at how they are as parents when they came to visit Patrick.
I don't know what to do, SpongeBob. You gotta help me.
Your mama and I are coming out tomorrow for Starfish Day. But don't try too hard or you'll hurt yourself like last time. Love, Daddy.
The news isn't great if their kid is curled up on the floor crying his eyes out because they're visiting. That's about as much as we know about this couple, other than the fact that Patrick barely recognized them and ends up hosting 2 completely unrelated starfish for the evening. Although, after all, Patrick looks happy to see them when they eventually show up.
Wow, son! You actually recognized us this time.
Dad!
And you remembered to get dressed today.
And they managed to get their little jabs in before even saying hello. Kids need love, pets do too. Now, surprisingly, out of all the characters in Bikini Bottom, Gary is the truest player. For others, love comes knocking at work. For Gary, it was like a walk in the park because they met at a park. What'd I tell you about Gary being a player, though? You see that dude stutter? Did he hesitate and mumble nonsense like the other idiots before? No, he climbed on the seesaw and meowed his little heart out. That's how you get the girl. Almost.
Hey, lightweight, what do you think you're doing with my girl? Come on, Mary, let's go. Just made a big mistake, pal.
Hey, you gotta admire his guts. He's practically a house cat, and the other dudes look like they've been around the block a few times. Maybe even snapped and danced through a whole choreographed routine with his goons.
Let's go.
Now I'm rooting for these crazy kids. I mean, Gary looked sick with love. He even made out with his food.
Not exactly what I had in mind, but knock yourself out.
Hey, you like her, she likes you. What are we doing? Attaboy. He's looking for her high and low until he spots her walking down the street. Car versus snail. Typically, though, snails aren't exactly known for their speed. Maybe you should call it a day. Oh, wait, I forgot. Snails are known for their exceptional acrobatic skills. Oh, I'm not sure how much more excitement I can handle. Is this it? Did he stick the landing?
What do you think you're doing in my car? No free rides, loafer.
SpongeBob was about to get into a fight with this rando who dared to call Gary a loafer. And rightfully so, but Gary owns up to his actions.
You did wander out of the house on your own? Oh, I see why. Good old-fashioned amore.
Hey, this ain't over yet, runt.
Don't you worry, Gary. You did what you needed to do. You found the girl of your dreams. But Penelope waited for Odysseus for like 20-odd years, staving off suitors eyeing the throne of the king of Ithaca. Trust in...
Brad!
Oh, Monica. I thought I might never find you, Monica. I was just taking Billy here for a walk.
Meow.
I promised to never again leave your side.
Yeah, she's back with her ex. They'd been dating for about 6 seconds at that point. Certainly the short-lived relationship in SpongeBob history. At least Squidward got a dinner out of his thing.
Yeah, come on, runt. I'll show you this great dumpster where we can get some seaweed noodle stew.
Hey, misery loves company, right? And if I'm allowed to comment, who even needs Mary anyway? Gary can do so much better. Remember Snelly from all the way back in season 3?
Hey, check out Squidward's new snail.
Fancy. So that's what came in the mail. Looks like Gary has a new little playmate.
Dream on, SpongeBob. I wouldn't let Snelly here play with that mongrel mutt.
And what's with everyone calling Gary names? What's he ever done to you? And imagine meeting a girl and getting instantly insulted by her owner. Parent. Guardian? Anyway, not a good first impression. And if you're wondering, no, Squidward didn't turn all pet-friendly all of a sudden. He's still a wiener. He's in it for his ego.
Snelly has to start her training.
Training?
For the Bikini Bottom snail race. Snelly will be winning this Sunday.
Well, I guess I can't enter Gary in that. Sunday's laundry day.
No, SpongeBob. You can't enter Gary because Gary's a mutt.
Here we go again. What is this dude's problem? There's no way Squilvia tolerated him for long. Anyway, SpongeBob took this last insult personally, so he trained Gary's butt off in an attempt to win the race. He took it a step too far, though.
He doesn't look so good.
Not good enough, Gary! Not the faster! Huh?
Oh, looks like number 7 has a blowout. Oh, make that 2, folks. He's spinning out of control! He's heading straight for the wall!
That's a horrific end to his race. Do you know who comes to his rescue, though?
What?
Gary?
Oh my. Folks, I have never seen anything quite like this.
Looks like you and I are in-laws, eh, Squidward?
Again, like Squilvia, we never hear from Snelly again, so SpongeBob's in-laws line may have been too optimistic. My guess is that after the race, she was no longer useful to Squidward, so she left her in a dumpster or something. Now, here's where things get full-on weird. Couples fight, or so I'm told. So after all these years of marriage, I suppose this is not the end of the world here.
Well, yes, but I was referring to the kidnapping.
Everything I do is always wrong in your eyes.
Maybe it's because you are always wrong.
Fine, I'm wrong, you're right.
Well, this little fight will open the gates to a nightmare realm where Plankton is dating Mr. Krabs' mother.
Mother, what brings you by today?
I just wanted to see me favorite son.
Yeah, this one. And Plankton is quick to spot the new hottie in town.
Why did I ever buy that computer wife? I need a real woman, not a girl in a cold, hard shell. Such beauty. She's an angel and no wires.
Plankton is smitten. Don't ask me why. So he goes and does what every evil genius would do in his situation. He offs his wife.
You're not a real wife. You're just a computer.
Why don't you have an off switch?
Plankton, don't you dare!
And now to woo that beloved creature.
It truly is a miracle how these two are still together. Well, I guess that's what you get when you marry a villain. Now, as far as wooing goes, Plankton prefers a gentle hand in such matters.
Am I really that pretty?
Oh yeah, I am smooth.
And when it comes to following your heart, Plankton does not give a hoot about the repercussions or the casualties.
Secret admirer.
Oh, you're that giant robot.
No, I programmed the robot. Did you enjoy the gift I sent you?
How did you know I wanted a hat? Have you been spying on me?
It was just a lucky guess.
I told you things would start getting weird with this one. Creepy, absolutely insane, maybe. Whatever kind of psychosis this is, Mrs. Krabs agrees to go on a date with Plankton, the Krusty Krab of all places. The gall on that little guy.
Hello, my dear. I must say you look ravishing tonight.
Oh my, you're a tiny thing, but awfully cute. Tell me about yourself.
Well, I'm in the food service business. I'm a bit of a restaurateur.
Well, they're just starting to get to know each other until the inevitable happens.
This delectable creature is your mother?
This no-good conniving chiseler is your date?
You put me boyfriend down this instant!
Boyfriend?
But, Mommy!
You heard the lady. Let me go. That's more like it.
Come, Plankton. I'm sorry me son had to spoil our romantic evening.
Wow, she's actually into him, no matter the age or size difference, or the fact that he's her son's archenemy. Dang, I gotta learn a few things from Plankton, I guess. Does anyone know where we can get a gigantic killer robot? Well, Krabs is not about to put up with this whole charade, but it seems like he actually makes things worse.
Stay away from me, Mother. I know what you're really up to.
I'm serious, Eugene. I've changed my ways. And all it took was the love of a beautiful woman.
Well, you love is thieving and conniving.
Now, hear me out. Krabs is not in the wrong in thinking the worst here, but it genuinely seems that Plankton had no idea and that Eugene's tantrum actually gave him a plan. And really, I think Krabs is gonna hate this one way more than the rest.
Mrs. Krabs, in full view of this restaurant, I ask you for your hand in holy matrimony. Would you marry me?
From Mrs. Krabs to Mrs. Plankton, that unholy matrimony. Luckily, Krabs is there to put an end to this affair. The man's a sailor, a veteran, a wealthy businessman. He will deal with this accordingly.
Hurry, Mommy. Don't marry this bad man. I don't want you to.
Too late, Krabsy. We're going to be married, and you're going to be my new son.
Oh, my frick. Yo, can someone please stop this chicanery? I can't stand to see Krabs ask Plankton for pocket change. Thankfully, Mrs. Krabs saves our eyes from being violated by a Plankton Krabs wedding.
I'm just not ready for that kind of commitment.
There's somebody else, isn't there?
This is very uncomfortable.
Oh, that one's gotta sting. Your girlfriend cheating on you with your own creation, and before you even get to be with it. Now, as a Hail Mary, Sheldon tries to win something back out of the situation.
Get a Krabby Patty formula, we'll call it even.
Is that what this whole thing was about?
No, I mean, at first,
And that's the end of this romance. I feel like I'm forgetting something, though.
Working.
So, you've decided to come crawling back to me, huh?
What did... Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
Imagine what she would do to him if she found out about his infidelity. I mean, the man essentially put his wife in a coma and proposed to another woman a few days later. Like, there's some serious unpacking to be made there. And speaking of, it's all downhill from here. Remember before when I mentioned that SpongeBob hasn't ever been on a date? Well, it's time to talk about an infamous episode from season 5, one that actually divided the fan base when it came out. And this one, well, it has SpongeBob falling in love with a Krabby Patty. The whole love can come from anywhere thing has been a recurring theme in this video so far. In my opinion, SpongeBob took it a step too far. Just look at this.
Such perfection from your little lettuce hand. May I call you Patty?
Nothing wrong with a man admiring his work. Doesn't mean this whole thing is romantic. Can you get your head out of the... Well, just give me a minute. I'm trying to make a point here.
I can't let them eat you. Your beauty must be preserved.
What are you gonna do with it? Take it home?
Great idea.
What about now? Getting weirder, huh? Still not convinced. Well then.
What's cooking there, Patty? I love crepes. When we're together, I feel like we're in our own little world.
Listen, I'm only gonna keep watching this episode. And trust me, it's only gonna get weirder. If SpongeBob holds a special place in your heart, you've been warned.
SpongeBob, how about another game of tie your best buddy in knots?
Sorry, Patrick. I already made plans to go for a walk through Jellyfish Fields with Patty.
Don't you hate it when you've been ready for 30 minutes and you're still waiting on your girlfriend who was a fast food item to dry her hair? All right, then let's go. Their first date.
Oh, baby, they may call me a fool, but I can't help our gravitational pull.
Please, SpongeBob, please don't call a sandwich baby. I mean, frick, the little dude is slow dancing with it. We're way past salvaging this.
It reminds me you're so sweet when I stuff you with cotton candy.
Oh, I'm counting all my lucky stars that cotton candy is all he's stuffing her with. It.
Candy, the way you hang onto the seat. When I'm with you, our love is stronger than glue.
I gotta say, he's pulling out all the stops for a first date. Dancing, activity park, mechanical jellyfish, feeding the clams. Imagine if he had a real girlfriend.
Baby, I love you so strong. That's why I'm singing this song. Oh! I'm coming for you, too. Don't worry, Patty. I'll take care of this. There you go.
But the gods be vengeful, young Sponge, much like the great tragic lovers of myth, Romeo and Juliet. Orpheus and Eurydice. Fate's brought SpongeBob and Burger together. Now they conspire to separate them. A terrible illness has befallen his beloved Patty. And it's going to go bad.
Oh, Patty, do you realize what this signifies? That's right, it's our 6-hour anniversary. And do you know what that means? Don't fret. I know what'll make you feel better. A dinner at the finest restaurant in Bikini Bottom.
Of course he means the Krusty Krab, so he's basically gonna feed her the flesh of her siblings.
Krabs, Squidward, allow me to introduce my date, Patty.
Your date's a Krabby Patty? No, it's that Krabby Patty. What are you doing with that rotten piece of meat, boy?
She's Patty. And we're on a special date tonight, so you don't mind if we get the manager's treatment, do you?
Come then, let's watch our buddy SpongeBob wine and dine a rotten burger.
Here you go, my dear. A throne befitting a queen.
Nothing like a good whiff of putrid animal flesh to bring you back to your frackin' senses. This newfound clarity is gonna hit you like a frackin' truck.
Oh, Patty, my darling, before I do this, I want you to know that I only do it out of love.
Oh no, dude, you really didn't have to. This was the story of their first and luckily final date, and it ended with SpongeBob eating his girlfriend. But did you really think it was not gonna get stranger from here? I present to you the first installation of Krabs Dating Money. Now, Krabs learned that there's this thing called a bank, and that there's a lot of money stored somewhere inside of it, which is strange because that means that he keeps all of his cash in his place somewhere, maybe like under his mattress or something. He tries to deposit a penny because he'll think that'll make him rich in interest, so I guess that despite his entrepreneurial genius, the man be dumb when it comes to actually handling money. Who would have thunk it? Anyway, he gets into the safe to kiss his penny goodbye.
Just you and me now, little penny. Ooh, it's a wee bit cramped in here.
Oh, well that looks secure.
Whoa!
Were you people trained in a barn?
And there you have it. The absolute best way for Krabs to go frackin' bat Looney Tunes insane. He and a ton of money are locked in a basement with dwindling oxygen. You just know this is gonna be good. Cue the insanity.
You look absolutely stunning tonight, Mrs. Greenback. Oui, monsieur. What can I get you and the lady tonight? Side of investments and hold the taxes.
Everyone meet Mrs. Greenback, Krabs' new date. And if you're actively wondering if they'll get intimate by the end of the night, well, welcome to my life. You're gonna hate it here.
Yes, and she's made entirely out of money.
Mr. Krabs, are you okay?
I'm fine, boy. In fact, I'm dancing with a beautiful lady.
Oh, that's nice. Where are you?
I'm locked in the bank vault and having the time of my life.
The self-awareness here is kind of refreshing, but let's be real. Krabs is capable of all that, oxygen or not.
Mrs. Greenback by my side. I'm sure this remote island has a food source. Don't start on me now.
Well, he's a bit off his chain, admittedly, because next time we see him, we get this with no explanation whatsoever.
Why did I say all that to Mrs. Greenback? I miss her. Why isn't she?
Why is the island on fire? What did he just say to his imaginary lover? What is going on?
Oh, Miss Greenback! Mrs. Greenback, you're okay. You must never run away like that again. Little miss! My slimy money dragon! You're not sucking away me fortune without a fight!
And that is the end of the relationship. It didn't last very long, but that's how it goes with summer flings. Sunsets, beaches, the ocean, and a few unforgettable days with a lady made of cash. At the end, SpongeBob saves him. And he's now free to commit more affronts against nature. Did you really think this is the worst Krabs has ever done? Because there's a page in the annals of his romantic history that should remain buried, dead, and gone, and it goes by the name Cashina. Right from the get-go, things feel off about this storyline. Just listen to what Krabs says after a day at work.
Another lonely evening dumping trash.
But what you mean by another lonely evening? You got a girlfriend whom we've seen you drooling over just minutes ago. You know, the one you've been dating for, like millions of years. Mrs. Puff, who you're still dating, by the way. Oh, and that's obviously not a real person.
Your ankle run.
He's such a gentleman. My date was supposed to bring me to the bank, but he stood me up.
Watching him put the moves on talking cash while he's actively in a relationship is like watching a car crash in slow motion. I cannot take my eyes off it, and I'm wondering how fast they can go.
And yours?
Cashina.
Eugene Krabs. You look like $1 million when you smile. would you make this old Krabs Day and allow me to take you to a place where you could buy me dinner?
I'd love to.
Granted, he's got his way with words. He's just had a girl agree to buy him dinner on a date. However, the odds were a bit skewed in his favor because, gasp, Cashina ain't real. Right, so quick recap, just so I can give you a clearer picture of how sad all this is. An aging fast food manager who's been in a relationship for years falls for a robotic stack of money puppeteered by his biggest competitor. It's about to get sadder.
Ooh, I do have a very special recipe.
Yeah? You know anything about secrets or formulas?
Cashina, would you mind if I kissed you?
Oh, Eugene.
For delicious kisses.
Full stop. This is getting outrageous. First up, that's the same restaurant he took Mrs. Puff to on their first date. Second, he's willing to go further with Cashina in one evening than he's gone with his girlfriend of 16 years. And sadly for our eyes, he does.
What a woman.
Well, I finally did it.
Thanks for everything, Sheldon. That kiss is enough to make Krabs lose what's left of his mind.
Are you kissing a locket with a woman's picture in
Hey,
it?
little beluga, I never thought I'd say this, but I may have found you a new mom.
No way!
Let's unpack this some more. Pearl's in high school, right? That means she can't be like older than 18 tops. Eugene and Puff have been dating for a decade and a half at this point in the series. That means that although her biological mother is out of the picture, Pearl has known Mrs. Puff as her dad's girlfriend for almost her entire life. And now the dude is talking about a new mom all out of the blue. Cool, glad we're caught up. Now let's invite her over for a family dinner. How bad can it go?
You'll never understand me. In fact, I'm going to make it a point to never be understandable again.
Earl, since I'm seeing your father, I hope we can learn to understand each other.
Let me talk to her.
No, I think I should do this alone.
Yeah, go for it, Plankton, when you got left to lose.
And then I suplexed him until he gave me my purse back.
When you know it, it worked. There's just one thing left to do.
And now me daughter loves you too. Will you marry me, Cashina?
Yes, yes.
When we're married, you'll have to tell me the secret formula.
Okay, guys, that's got to be one of the cruelest scams Plankton has ever pulled. You kind of have to feel for Krabs, even though he's being a total jerk and stupid. There's just no way that's a stable individual.
An exoskeleton, freakishly long eye stalks. You have everything I ever wanted in a man, and the secret Krabby Patty formula.
Vows done, Krabs is none the wiser, and then it finally happens. We get a new Mrs. Krabs.
Kiss the bride.
But you know what the actual worst part about all this is? There she is, at her boyfriend's wedding, jumping for the bouquet. Thankfully unarmed. Now let me treat you to some wedding night activities. I know you want this. Please don't resist.
Eugene.
At this point, I just want Plankton to get the formula and go away. I don't want to see them having relations. For all our sakes, Cashina breaks down before that happens, and so does Krabs.
I felt for someone, and for the first time in forever, well, something. But I mean a pile of cash with lips. Cashina may not have been real, but me feelings were.
It's either the Krabs is a massive a-hole or the writers forgot about the show's canon. Take your pick, neither one is good. And now for the worst of the worst, the absolute lowest point.
You felt nothing? You saying it was all just a scheme to you?
Sheldon storms out, and you know how thankful I am that I don't have to write an entry for this video titled Mr. Krabs and Plankton? Very much. After that disturbing, sad exhibit of a late life crisis, I could use an example of true love, some sugary romance to make me believe again. When Barnacle Boy briefly turned evil in season 3, he chose to terrorize couples at the Danger Cliff, along with Man Ray and the Dirty Bubble. And that's when we were treated to the greatest love story in all of Bikini Bottom.
The flashlight in that car, Man Ray.
Hey man, that's not cool.
Young love. It's been a wonderful journey to the ways of the heart. Well, wonderful isn't exactly the right word. Most couples we talked about should break up and bury their relationship in a deep, deep grave. Except maybe for SpongeBob's parents. But that's all I got for y'all today, folks. If you still have a cartoon itch to scratch, though, click on the link on the screen for more cartoon goodness to another one of my videos. And as always, guys, thank you for watching.